Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. This is Rantry, and we are actually going to go today into the Cove with Trial and Conviction. This is my lineup. I've never seen them before. This is not a common party comp, as it were, for me. But the reasoning behind this comp is taking Stuffy, largely because he's got Cove Scrounger, and he'll be able to do decent damage to all but the very last rank. He's got a stun here and a mark if he needs it. This is a semi-mark party. I do want to get some better quirks on Ouroboros here, because my Houndmaster will definitely come in handy in the old Darkest Dungeon. And he's there for primarily damage, projection, stunning when he needs it. Pretty stun heavy, extremely stun heavy party as well. Then we've got our healer, the occultist, will be using wired reconstruction, or weird as it were, but he will also be marking, dealing damage to the back lines. Just a overall good place for the occultist to be, especially with Cove Scrounger. He'll give us a little bit of extra Cove scrounging chance, Cove scouting chance. And then of course Lacey, we're still leveling her up. Primary stunner, going to be stunning the back line, of course, with blinding gas. And the enemies in the Cove are not very resistant to blight, so we will be blighting them. They are resistant to bleed, so Houndmaster maybe not as effective as he could be, but again, I do want to get some good quirks started up here on this Houndmaster and kind of bring him up to kind of the level of Philbear, who, as we can see, has two wonderful quirks right here. Quick draw is also pretty good. I'd actually prefer that on the stunner of the party. So whenever we get a quirk bad enough to take care of, we will be locking in probably quick draw here and getting rid of the bad quirk. Speaking of quirk locking, we do have our Jester Orbital in here, I believe, getting I did want to lock in Slugger just for that finale damage, and I use Dirk Stab a fair bit and Slice Off every once in a while. Also getting rid of Winded just because it's not great, not terrible either, but he was already in there getting Slugger locked in. So yeah, let's talk two things. One is going to be this town event, the Shrieker's Prize. And if I look here, the Shrieker's Prize, if you ever get this plot quest, Shrieker's Prize, that is a champion level Shrieker, always. And we can see him right here. This is not a bad trinket. It'd be great if I was doing a dark run, but meh, not really worth it. And also, I don't have a bunch of level 6s, which I would not do a champion level without at least a party of level 5s, if not 6s. There's another town event you can get with the Shrieker, I believe called A Thief in the Night, or something about thieving. And for that quest, you do have an opportunity or chance to get an apprentice or veteran or champion level Shrieker. But this one, the Shrieker's Prize, is always a champion level. Real quick, the trinkets. I've got the Ethereal Crucifix, which will give him Stuffy here damage versus Eldritch. And so he's going to be doing a lot of damage versus Eldritch. I should maybe switch this out for the second sun ring. So Eldritch damage is pretty common in the Cove. And I gave the Ethereal Crucifix to Stuffy here because I do want him to be able to resist bleed, because the Occultist's heal has a chance to bleed. Stuffy being in the front line will probably be taking the most damage. It seems counterintuitive because it reduces his max HP, but as you can see, it brings it down to 35, which then puts him tied with Ouroboros. So they both have 35. The only issue here is that he's going to be great versus Eldritch, which is most enemies in the Cove, but not as good versus some other things. So I think I might actually switch out his... I might go ahead and let's go ahead and switch out. I just need a space to stick this real quick. We'll stick out the Eldritch Slayer's Ring And we'll pull this off here and put this on Demors. Reason being, Demors is not going to be as much of a damage dealer. He does already get a buff to Eldritch damage just being an occultist, but he's going to get a little bit of an extra buff to Eldritch damage here. But I don't want him to get flat damage across the board because I'd rather our primary damage dealers be doing the Sun Ring damage. Here you can see we've got Sun Rings and Eldritch Rings, Sun Ring and a Ethereal Crucifix. These are just damage trinkets, and then of course the Bleed Resist for the Occultist Heal. No real surprise there. Georgian's Charm, and you just saw me switch out the Eldritch Slayer's Ring, and then of course Stun, 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 Stun all day long with Lacey. The mission we're going to be going on is the Cove. I guess it would have made more sense if I would have said that in the beginning. Not because I particularly want the Moon Ring. The Moon Ring is a great trinket. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not doing a lot of dark runs in this playthrough. But I may do one for extra loot. But really, it's the best trinket out of all the other options I have. Most of these I really don't want. They keep trying to push this Candle of Life on me. These are obviously champion level dungeons, which I'm not quite ready for. And these are apprentice level dungeons, which are kind of meh. But really we need portraits, but there are no portrait quests. Well, okay, that's not true. There are some champion level portrait quests, but we're not going for those just yet. So, you know, decent trinket if I get the chance to use it, and that's really we'll get this Gentle Tide event, which we'll see what it does at the end. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and provision for this medium dungeon. We do have a bit of our inventory taken up here, so that's unfortunate, but we will take, I believe 16 food is the norm, and then we'll take 12 torches. We'll take, we'll just be safe. We've got a little bit of money to be safe. We do have the Plague Doctor, so we don't need to worry about bandages too much and anti-venom too much. It's a medium dungeon, 1 key, we'll probably I'll bring 2. And let's see, do I want medicinal herbs in case I get one of those special? Yeah, I think I do want at least 1 medicinal herb. I don't want to overspend here too much because we're not low on money, but I like to be a little bit more comfortable. Anyways, let's go ahead and embark. Cove, again, fairly straightforward. The ruins and the cove tend to be the easier areas in the game, and the warrens and the weald being more difficult. I would say they're probably tied in my book. All right, so we get a scout right off the bat. And we are looking for 3 protective wards. We'll probably go all the way down here first. Don't see any, oh yeah, quest location right here, so gotta go this way anyways. All right, now this has the chance to give us a positive quirk, I believe, and as one of the reasons I brought Ouroboros in here was to get some better quirks on him, we'll go ahead and just let him mess with this. Give me something good. Mankind Hater, hey, that's not terrible. Damage versus human, that I'll take that any day of the week. Humans are the most common because you can find them in every single region type of dungeon, as it were. Some pages. We tangled with some unruly louts. Raven called them cultists. They were ferocious. They were felonious, fallacious, facetious, ferocious, but clumsy. We'll take all that, sure, for now. That page is likely going to get dumped off fairly quickly. Spirits are lifted. All right, not the easiest comp to deal with in the world, but of course our stunner will be going first, so we shouldn't have to worry about these guys for a round, unless we just want to kill them because it's fun. But I may go ahead and just mark here just to make sure I get the damage I want set up for Stuffy. And then here, oh, excuse me, sneezed. And then let's see, Stuffy will likely be able to take care of that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get damage projection while we have it back here. And the bleed won't be enough to kill him this round. Stuffy should be able to get a kill here, very likely. Yeah. May have not even needed that mark, but better safe than sorry. That is for sure. Now, right now, our back line is a little bit more vulnerable because, as we know, these groupers that are in the back lines in positions 2 and 3, they attack positions 2 and 3, as you just saw, which is unfortunate to say the least. I don't want to maximize stress. So unfortunate. Let's see. He's got 2 damage here. You know what? This is the rare Hound's Harry situation. This will do damage to all of them. Could stack a bleed on all of them, but more importantly, we'll get this guy within range for the bleed to kill him before his next turn. Or it'll just kill him outright, which is also fine. Then we'll do a finish him back here. And this guy, obviously being the bigger threat. Let's see, he's got 7 HP. This will stack for 5, and that's 2. That'll be enough to finish him off. This will also stack for 5. I was just looking at the wrong skill there. So, yeah, he's dead before he acts. Now we need to switch places here so we can get weird or wired. I call it wired because it looks like he's taken a wire and wired this wound together. But we need to get some healing. The cultist needs to heal himself. And let's see, we can probably go for a stun here. Nah, he's gonna resist it. That's fine. What's his HP like? He's got 2 HP. He's dead. They're all dead this round, which is great. Get a good heal here. No bleed. Thank you. And then they will certainly bleed out. Let's we'll just give a little tiny heal here to Stuffy, and yeah, we'll just finish him off. No reason not to. Extra torch. We got another journal page. You can pause and read that if you would like. They are worthwhile to read. I just don't do it in the middle of a recording because likely not everybody wants to see that.
We require only the strength to follow it.
And I have read them before. And let's see. Now, do we need to go this way? Curio. Quest location's right there, so we can actually stop here and turn around. We may go ahead and check this hallway out just to get those curios and whatnot. Do we want to use a shovel here? There are no blockages on this whole part of the hallway, so I think we're probably safe to go ahead and use a shovel to bash these barnacles off. And kind of crap trinkets. I mean, +2 flat crit isn't bad. It's not really what I run on the Jester. And we can go ahead and ditch these journal pages. We will likely be ditching those trinkets as well. All right, good surprise. Not a terribly bad party. Not a terribly nasty party to deal with. We do want to stun the stress damage dealer, of course. And then the rest of our guys will focus on this big pustulant thrall. I could stun him, but it's likely that we'll have the damage necessary to take care of him. We'll go ahead and just give him a stab. There he goes.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
And let's see. Yeah, we'll go for the grouper. Okay, so now I get to see the damage difference, and yeah, the mark obviously does make a big difference. Great crit though from Stuffy. Does he have any? He doesn't have anything that enhance his crit skill, so that was just a good crit. This guy in the front line can't do any stress damage, so not particularly worried about him. We'll just smash him down. Oh. There you go.
Continually onslaught. Destroy.
Ooh, nice money. All right, we'll ditch the trinks. We can actually ditch this anti-venom too. And we got our little quest location coming up right here. Freeing up some more of our inventory space, which is great. Going here, if not just to turn around. You know, free curios and probably free, we're doing fine. And I like to, if I'm gonna take risks in a dungeon, I like to do it early when I'm still at high health and able to deal with unexpected situations. And we get a little bit more loot, and you can pause and read that if you would like. Close that, and do I want to mess with this battle? I guess I might as well. Oh. Okay, so he's going to interact with this liquid. It's going to give him a bad disease. Well, that's not terrible, but this dipsomania is what made him do that. Although, this is not alcohol. It's just liquid, so I'll keep that in mind going forward, that that dipsomania can cause him. Okay, of course. This is probably the most dangerous comp in the cove. Well, the crab is pretty dangerous as well. But luckily we can get a stun there, and then likely get, well, possibly get a kill. If not, we can finish him off with Hound's Rush. We definitely need to heal now. And the bleed is resisted. That's great. And gonna take another. Yeah, these guys, I mean, they're no joke. They can really do a... Actually, I'm sorry, I meant Hound's Harry. This guy's only got 4 HP. With the bleed, the damage and the bleed that stacks, it's almost a guaranteed kill, and it'll stack on all of them. So again, you know, situationally useful AoEs, but when they are useful, they are useful. So in that situation, it just so happened to be. I'm considering, so this guy is dead. These guys can damage my backline, which I don't want. So we're actually going to, these are Eldritch type, so this should do a significant amount of damage here. Yep, there we go. Killed one, almost killed the other. And now we're gonna really need to heal and possibly even stall. It's kind of dangerous to stall against these guys sometimes. Like, yeah, Stuffy's gonna be on death's door. Not good. At least he does not have a bleed on him. So let us. Yeah, we'll go for the kill here. We have got to get him off death's door. And then we can get in some damage here. Now, I really want to go before him and stun. Yes. Ooh, that's gonna kill him, actually. I can't kill him because I definitely want the occultist to get a chance to go. So I'm actually gonna just attack this thing. And hope that, okay, now we're talking. Oh, see, that's why I hate the occultist. You just cannot count on them. And we're back on death's door.
And now the true test. Hold fast.
Getting stressed.
Or expire.
Hopefully we won't get another round of stress. I'm just gonna mark him for no reason. I need to get a round where Stuffy is not attacked by this guy, and the occultist still gets, the occultist gets to go. Need the occultist to go, and then for his damage not to be negated by the grouper. Unfortunately, the cultist is quite slow. We're gonna go back on death's door. Now, hopefully, the occultist will heal for a decent amount. I've got to move. Maybe this guy will soak up some of the damage, but I guess that's fine. We're gonna get stressed because we delayed too long. See, there we go. It's not terrible. Stuffy is starting to get kind of stressed. Great, occultist goes first. We get another big heal. That's what we were looking for. That's why we delayed this fight. Good dodge. Now we're actually in decent shape to go the rest of the way through this dungeon. We can finish that guy off. Decent loot here. We'll ditch obviously the trinket and the anti-venom. Take that. We do need crests. We can combine these torches, burn that one, and take that.
We find victory.
Yeah, that was probably not the best fight for me to do, but you know. like I said, it's a risk, and we did get more gold for it. And we're in fine shape now. We may go ahead. Let's see here. We may switch up. Well, we need him to be able to heal. We may switch up the position of the occultist and the houndmaster. If we get into a fight, and after like the primary damage dealers have been dealt with, if we're not bad on health, I may switch those two and do a little bit of stress healing with the houndmaster. But right now, not too bad. Nothing that a good camp won't take care of.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
But of course, we still do have quite a bit of. I mean, we could have to go all the way through this entire dungeon. Luckily, we do have scouting bonuses, which is why I value scouting extremely highly, probably over anything, any other type of skill or stat. Scouting is hugely important. Not enough to use the scouting whistle all the time, which requires you to do a dark run, or at least a low light run. You can read that if you would like. I still want to keep this for the quirk usage. The citrine is worth less, so we'll ditch that and take that. Got a hunger tile, no problem. And in here, is this unscouted? I think no, this is scouted, I believe. Still pop a torch just to increase that scouting chance even more. Curio, quest location. Okay, so dungeon done. Dungeon done right there. Of course, we will continue on. Got a map. Scout even further. Lots of battles. Lots of room battles. We'll see how we fare. I may or may not finish the entire dungeon. Stuffy has a decent chance to trap disarm, and we actually have a good amount of traps, and we can use those as de-stress strategies, if you will. Because he does get a -8 stress every time. Thank you. Every time you disarm a trap, you lose 8 stress. That's what I'm trying to say. Another hunger tile. I'm glad we brought all that food. And just like that, 31's still not great, but certainly very, very much, very well within the range of manageability.
The light, the promise of
See what kind of 4 more groupers. All right, we need to be a little bit smarter about this time. All right, so stun. It's just that one crit, and I mean, one crit can really, put you in a bad way. We're gonna stun all day. All right, little damage there. Nothing we can't heal up. We're gonna stay on top of the health a little bit more as well. I don't think I need to stun, but we can go for the kill here. It's likely. There we go. And now my gut reaction is to go for the Abyssal Artillery and get a lot of damage in on these guys. One crit, though, could really... he's got 21. They're unlikely to do 21 damage and bring him to Death's Door. Watch me eat my words next round, but we are going to go for the damage here, even though it's slightly less safe, but also slightly more safe if it kills one of them.
The ground quakes.
And it almost does. And we'll go for the stun again. And we leave these guys... Normally you would target the back line first. Yeah, now he's getting pretty low. We definitely need to wire it here. Probably a few times. But normally you go for the back line to kill first if they were stress damage dealers. But here I've got such a good stun chance in the back that it's okay. What is his total stun chance? 129 base plus 20 plus another 50. It's 179 base. I like those odds. I can probably stun them again, actually. This guy is almost dead, so I could Hound's Harry here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get the kill, so I don't have to worry about him. I've been using that Hound's Harry a lot more than I really normally would. All right, let's see if we'll definitely get the kill here if we hit. And now we need to hope that you don't go first and hope you don't attack our Houndmaster, which you are going to, and that's going to put him on death's door. And I was, well, almost. Let's go ahead and go for a stun so we don't have to worry about him next round. Also do a decent amount of damage. Actually, a little bit of stress relief as well. Heal up here. Go for a, well, whatever. We can just go for a kill on a corpse for no particular reason. And wired reconstruction, good. I mean, you know, you gotta, it's a love-hate relationship with the occultist because he can certainly be a blessing and a curse. Alright, that guy's dead. I would like to stress heal, but I'm not in the right position, so just kill him.
Masterfully executed.
I used Hound's Harry there for the
As victories mount,
it's a common.
so
Don't really
too
care
will
about it.
resistance.
Yeah, we can ditch that. I used Hound's Harry there because it just increased. Any skill was going to kill that grouper. And now do I want to go? Any skill was going to kill that grouper. I think I'm going to go this way. Yeah, there's a trap here, but it's not worth that whole battle just to relieve 8 stress. Hound's Harry has more chances to crit because it hits all the targets on the board. And if you crit, you relieve a little stress, and I've already got 24 crests. I am crest rich and deed and portrait starved. All right, you're gonna buff him. That's not great, but we will be taking him out after we, of course, stun the threatening backline. And we've been through this dance before. Just dump all the damage into the guy that explodes, and now we can work on the Sham. Oh, Oracle. He's not an Oracle. The apprentice levels, I believe, are shamans. And I called this guy a grouper. I think that's the apprentice name. Wide mouth. They change. I want to do that and kill him, or do I want to get some damage in here? Let's get a little bit of damage in on the wide mouth. Or all the damage in on the wide mouth. Great crit by Demore. Good dodge, no disease. And we'll whack there. Good crit again. Down to low stress again. 1 box. It's nothing to sneeze at. Stack a little bit of blight up on this maggot. And that's 5. So he's only got 2 rounds to live, but now he's only got 1 round to live. Let's go for a little healing where we can. I mean, and that's what I was saying earlier. It's a love-hate relationship with the occultist because, let's see, we'll pop, actually pop resistance on you just because. Jade's 375, and I want to keep the rest of this for now. Could use another shovel here. Let's check out our scout. We did get one, that's great. No more blockages, so we can go ahead and use another shovel to pry open this giant oyster. Lots of gold, that's what I love to see. All right, let's see, do we want to ditch? 4 gold, the chance to get rid of a quirk. I'm still gonna keep, I'm fixated on getting rid of quirks. 500 gold or 4 food. If it is possible we could get screwed by hunger check, so even though it's probably not profitable, wow, we do have a lot of crests. We need crests though. I'm gonna ditch the onyx in favor of the gold. But if I can get back to my thought, it's a love-hate relationship with the occultist, and I'm sure that everybody who's played this game feels the pain of, oh man, that was a crit for 34, it healed my guy all the way up. And also the pain of, oh man, I need to get off death's door, and he heals for 0. So it's just really not extremely worth it. This is where his other stun skill would come in handy. However, both of these guys can stun, so our hope is to get a stun off on him before he gets a turn. His speed is 6, so it's I'd say it's 50-50 that we get a turn before he does. Of course, it's going to be the non-stunning member of the party. We will get a little bit of damage in. Okay, now we can stun him up. This should do pretty well for us. Good crit and a stun. And now we can get... Now I could do... yeah, I'll go ahead and do the extra damage versus stunned here. No reason not to. 26 is respectable for certain. Stun is gone. We would like to stun him again. But we can just stack the blight here with the plague doctor. That's great because his blight and bleed resistance, as you can see, aren't very good. Now this is what we didn't want to happen. He's still got 29 HP. This will finish him off eventually, but he can get healed. So we do want to take out the healer, but this guy can cause us quite a lot of damage, so we're actually going to target him first. Ye old highwayman. Alright, now the target is going to be the healer, so that she cannot heal up this damage that this blight is going to do. And now we don't really care if he protects him because the blight will tick him down, but we'll still go for the damage on the big man himself. That's going to be a dead collector. And this guy can't do any damage to us, so we'll just finish him off. Yeah, that first stun is fairly crucial on having a real successful collector fight. You definitely want to get a stun off on him. Of course, I don't think I need this. We'll just dump it. Let's see. We don't have any other blockages. You know what? I'm going to ditch the shovels. I almost clicked that. I'm going to ditch the shovels. Wait, how many curio interactions do we have? One here and one here. I'm counting on one of those being the thing that I need the herb for. And I really do want to get a free quirk relief. So we will go ahead and ditch the shovels. Because as we can see, there are no more blockages. And if there's one up here, I can just leave the dungeon. No, nothing lost under that at all. Sack is empty. Get a little bit more free stress healing coming up with this trap. Just popping torches right now to keep my guys' stress low and really to burn through them so I have another inventory slot. And not there. Pack contains loot though. That's not bad. Of course, as always, feel free to read that. The hounds, these things are so good, but at this point I'm just maximizing loot because I'm not going to turn around and go all the way back down here. So just want to maximize our loot potential and shouldn't have too many horribly awful fights coming up. And yeah, hopefully that's the curio I've been saving the medicinal herbs for this entire time, and it is not, but that's okay. We know now that at least we can ditch it. And we will. And then we'll camp in the final room just to make sure that we are all 100% stress free. Let's see, you have 11, you have 4. All right, and last room. We'll go ahead and camp and yeah. That'll be a successful dungeon done.
A spark without
Eat our 8 food. That'll get rid of stress on almost everybody. Do we have the skill that lets us? Whoops. Do we have the camping skill that? No, we don't. Okay, we may get a nighttime ambush, which honestly wouldn't be that bad. Oh, we can cure a disease here. Didn't Stuffy get a disease yet? Does anybody else have one? No. We definitely want to cure Stuffy's disease. Remove blight and bleed, 20% disease resist. Either one of these are fine. Oh, whoops, that only does himself. Never mind. Good thing we have lots of things. I did not read that close enough. Leeches is the one that typically you want to bring. No prevent nighttime. Oh yeah, we can prevent nighttime ambush. But +7 stress on everybody. You know what? I don't really mind if we get a nighttime ambush. There's only a chance for it, and I don't want to do that because everybody's got 0 stress right now. So we'll go ahead and just give them any buffs that we can. Nah, there's no real point. Let's just go ahead and rest. All right, I'm done. Can I not just rest? Yeah, rest. All right, nighttime ambush. Nope. And we're out of here. Got ourselves a moon ring in case we would a moon ring in case we would like to go on a dark run. Did get basically as much money as we already had in the bank. Only got a few bucks. Got a ton of crests. They are just drowning me in crests. But still, sadly, not a lot of deeds. No quirk for our. That's fine. This is not fine. Paranormania must go. And these guys are level 4s. And back to ye old hamlet, gentle tide. Extra XP in the cove on the next quest. So actually, what would be a great idea once we get our trinkets off of here is to take our low-level little guys that we need to. And this is going to be an interesting party comp, but I would like to take all my level 2s. Give me an apprentice. No. Not gonna get an apprentice in the cove. They would get extra XP there, but yeah. Oh, life crystal. That's a long. Meh. Do need deeds. We'll see. We'll see next time. We'll see next time. We'll see next time what we're gonna do. Until then, thanks for watching. My name's Rantry, and I will see you next time on Darkest Dungeon.